In 2017, we had 40 sworn officers, and 5 years later, in the last year, we had 52 sworn officers. That's a 30% increase. I mean, that's our high priority in the City of West Melbourne. A collective bargaining agreement we had for 2 years, and that will now end June of 2023. They received a $1,500 pay increase on January 1st, and just last meeting or so, we gave each of them a 4% increase, non-really negotiated, just inflation is out of control, so 4% seemed like a good number, and they were happy to accept that. Sewer collection. Judge will take over on this one. There's a lot of things in the city that aren't pretty, you know, and it's kind of important. You guys just probably want to flush, and you don't care where it goes, as long as it heads south. And I don't mean south to so we put a lot of money in our infrastructure there, and anyway, it's important, and trying to keep the lagoon clean and this kind of thing. Next slide, please. We put a lot of money into water distribution, and we'll talk about water. Exciting, we put a new 8-inch water pipe on the M1 Canal, and trying to get better fire flow and spread that water around, and it's progress. Flood risk, one of the big obligations of the cities, as you know, is infrastructure. During the big floods we had, obviously you have the older subdivisions, the houses are kind of ground level. So we're doing a lot, we're putting a lot of resources into mitigating some of that. As you see there in the one slide, we dug a big old hole, and we'll have a lot of water diverted to there and try to keep it out of the older subdivision. Road maintenance, very proud of this one. City of West Melbourne spends a lot of money on road maintenance. We have a 5-year plan, so we can tell you whatever subdivision you live in, when your roads will be paved on a continuing basis, so we don't have to play those kind of games. So we set money aside just like we do for a police car. We put money away for those, so we don't have to really talk about it too much. City's financial position. We try to put a lot of money away because there's rainy days, and those rainy days do come. Last year, our sewer and water fund had a $1.4 million. A lot of money there, and we put a lot of money in our police pension fund, and we'll talk about that a little bit. The assets in our police fund increased from $1.8 million to $17.5 million. So again, our obligation as city officials is, long we're gone, we've got to keep their pension. They earned it, and we'll keep that going. So that's a good thing. The city taxes got lower. We're one of the few cities in the state that rolled back our taxes. So as you see on that chart, our millage rate is 2.4%. It's $2.40 per thousand of our city. And as you see on this chart, we're one of the lowest in the county, and we do have a police department where Granville area does not. So that's, I think that we have a good value per resident for your dollars in West Melbourne. As some of you may or may not know, West Melbourne succeeded from the beautiful city of Melbourne in 1959 because they charged property tax. We went 45 years with zero property tax. You didn't want to speed in West Melbourne or any of that kind of stuff. Actually, drive as fast as you want in West Melbourne, because we still need the funds, but that's another story. But we started a very low property tax, and I think we give a great value. We were able to give salary increases on October 1st to our non-represented employees throughout the city. We gave them a 5.9% raise, pretty much across the board. And again, at the same time we gave the police the 4%, we also gave them 2% a couple weeks ago. And so there's no complaints that I've heard of. Our police pension, like I was trying to talk about before, continues to grow. When our city manager came here, we're only funded at 53.6%, and now we're at 109%. Wow. Obviously, that changes daily. As you can see, I like when those charts go up like that when it's credit, not debit, or something like that. Our Citizens Leadership Academy. This is one of the things we try to do every year. We have this in Police Citizens Academy. Try to get our citizens involved, let them know what every department is, whether it's sewer, whether it's police, whether it's building. They just really learn from the inside out. And that class is going strong, and they have one more class. And Judge, if you want to be the guest of honor at that, pay attention, sir. If you want to be the guest of honor, the last class is where? At the sewer plant, right. So they get a tour of the sewer plant. It will be not a night class, it'll be during the day, so we want them to enjoy. And if you don't know where that is, you can find it. Okay. All right. Our next is an employee appreciation luncheon. We love our employees. As you see in their hand, they've got Christmas bonuses, and well, we recognize all our volunteers. The Mayor's Fitness Challenge. This is a contest between different cities in the county, and we compete against all the other ones, and the object is you really compete against yourself. I know Mayor Medina says, I know we're competing against you, and that kind of stuff. And last year, Mayor Medina, at the 16 cities, I'm not going to really say too much, but they were not in the top 15, okay? So there's definitely a lot of room for improvement. Now we got the Marine there. They have moved up in the rankings, but we still got a few weeks left. And you can still join, by the way. You can join our team, their team, and you can live in the county. But it's a lot of fun, and I think Mayor Medina's walk is the 25th or 26th at Turkey Creek. So join him. You don't need to register. 26th. I'm out of town, but I'm sorry. All right, yeah, join him for the Mayor's Walk and see if you can keep up with him. Our property, Dana, turn your head on this one. Our property values continue to grow briskly. Last year they increased 11.5%. Great year, everybody's probably increased. We're very proud of always having these double-digit numbers. And if she likes what she hears, they might increase more. I don't know. But the other side of that is you got our tax collector. The property values go up, and Lisa just keeps raising the taxes. It's kind of a double-edged sword. But we're happy Brevard County, not just this year, last year, the year before. Brevard County is a great place. People want to move here, and as you know, and our property values continue to rise. Speaking of rising, our city population continues to grow. We keep getting more more residents. So last year I think we increased 8.5%. We're getting close to, we're just under 30,000 residents in the city of West Melbourne. I think when I started, we had like 7,234, roughly. We have a lot of new neighborhoods that we developed in West Melbourne, a lot of beautiful neighborhoods. But what we're finding is there's no land left in these neighborhoods. Every lot has been sold out, I believe, in all these different sections. So, good luck finding a place. We did approve a 55-unit yesterday, single-family housing right off of Minton Road. So we do have some more in the works. The building department permits. As you know, the building department is a self-funding. We can't move that money to streets. We can't use it for police. It's only for the building department when we get the permits, when they pay for that. And as it says here, having issued 3,700 building permits with a value of $91.7 million. This is a reduction, though, last year compared to the calendar year before of $175 million. Because things are, as we run out of some buildable areas, still building a lot, still doing a lot, but this last year it's going down, and this year, again, because we don't have as many single-family housing, we're going to be 2/3 of that, I believe, what we guess, around $60 million. It's still good. A lot of growth, as you know. Trouble is we're getting too many apartment complexes, so we're looking at how to mitigate some of that, and what do we really want our city to look like when we build out. And so let's talk about, that's all behind us. Let's look ahead in 2022. So we're looking for more progress, more things to go. So one of the big things we're doing, Debbie, is building a water plant in the City of West Melbourne. We've dug some wells, we explored. We don't have any water in West Melbourne, so we have to go south and dig down. And we found some good water pockets. So we gave the City of Melbourne a notice that for the 2026, we've got to give them plenty of time, that we'll be hopefully self-sufficient, have our own water plant, and it's exciting that we've got our CUP permit, our consumptive use permit. There's a lot of regulations because you just can't take water out of the ground. It's not that pure. It has a lot of salt in there and saline and everything else. We got to clean it up, and you just can't dump it. You got to deep well inject it or do something with that. Very complicated, but we're up for the task, and we'll be able to build that new plant. We're doing a feasibility study. Right now we use the county fire service. So we're doing a feasibility study of how many fire departments, how many fire stations we need, how many units, and where they're going to locate it. So we hired a company to do that, and we'll get that back early summer. Again, we talked about flood risk. We identified some areas, and we're working on that as we speak. So Hurricane Irma really did some numbers on all over the county. And again, these are a lot of underground projects, but they're moving along. We're doing a lot of maintenance on our sewer. Again, Judge, I know you're happy to hear this, that we're keeping up the best sanitary sewer system in the county. During that flood, we were the only municipality that did not have a sewer spill, so we're happy with that. We didn't have to spread that waste all over the place, so that was good. We're very proud of our wastewater treatment plant for keeping that going. West Melbourne continues to enjoy well-maintained roads, like I talked about before, and we do work with the county with this. We have one of the only CRAs, a special district that takes money, any new growth in a certain area, blighted areas, and we try to improve those areas. So we have 7 members of our council that sit on that board, not wearing a council hat, and also we have a county commissioner, so we're a joint venture with the county. And we do something unique. We try to improve roads. We take a percentage of that money, give it to the county to try to improve our road intersections and our road maintenance. You know, as you know, a lot of roads in West Melbourne are not city. We have Palm Bay Road that we all use, Minton Road, Hollywood. All those are not city roads as a county. So we share some of those responsibilities. Gives us the extra money to play with a little bit. So we're looking at our comprehensive plan. I know the City of Palm Bay is on top of this too. They're working on their comp plan. Every 10 years you come up with what do you want your city to look like I was talking about. And so we ask for a lot of citizen involvement. What do you want your city to look like? You know, what kind of, again, I was talking about, do you want apartments? You want a 50-50 mixture? You want a 60-40? You want a 70-30? Where do you want the commercial to be? So there's a lot of thought process. So we encourage, as business people, get involved. What are you looking for? What do you want your city to look like? Our city currently is 80% built out. So getting a little more choosy what we're doing with the land. The city invests quite a bit of money in maintenance and upkeep and expanding our Field of Dreams Park, the West Melbourne Community Park. We have a splash fountain. People all over the county use that. We've got the ball field. Skate park is real popular. We don't charge for any of that. It has lights. We have a recreational person out there to watch over that. We have the all-purpose field and the amphitheater. So it's a nice site. Originally, the county wanted to take that over and build condos and sell it or whatever, but we bought it for $10, and we just have to maintain it and the whole county is getting a lot of use out of it. The skate park is unreal. It's a lot of fun to watch those crazy kids. This guy, wow, what a picture. It's great. This is when he came to the city. Mr. Morgan has 43 years of service in government, is retiring in August 31st, not moving out of the area. He loves the city, so he's staying here part-time and maybe a little up north where it's a little cooler during the hot season. And we're going to miss you, and thank you for guiding this train down the track. We appreciate you. So as I said, our housing market has slowed down. Last year we had 187 new single-family homes. Again, I think we're leading percentage-wise for the county of growth in single-family housing. We have a beautiful complex coming up in West Melbourne, a 24-unit Bonavita Seniors Living Complex that's going to open up. And I think it'll be probably the prettiest place in the whole county, seriously, as far as a senior living. It's just, you name it, they have it there, pickleball courts and everything, swimming pools, and it's just real a luxury kind of place. So looking forward to that being completed here soon. We have a new 300-unit apartment complex at the Space Coast Town Center. Will open up. Other apartment complexes too that are in the works, and more and more of those kind of growth. The commercial development is still pretty active. I mean, our building department, our planning department, the phone's ringing constantly because everybody wants a piece of the pie here. So some of the things that we talked about is coming true. There's a new 131 student private preschool. It's opening up in the West Melbourne Interchange Daycare Center. Our new Zaxby just opened up on 192. Looks like they're doing a great business. We have a new flower shop. They specialize in roses. We have Aldi's is remodeling the old Office Depot on 192. And of course we have a lot of gas stations coming up. 7-Eleven is opening up a gas station, and that's going to have a restaurant inside there, probably some taco place, but it's a brand name inside the restaurant. So some of the other things, west of 95 and Space Coast Town Center area, a lot of stuff they really want to do, and the pictures are really, really pretty, but until the developer signs on the dotted line, you really don't know what's going to go in there. They're looking for a main anchor, and then everything will go around it. But some of the things they do have in the works, they're talking to a couple grocery stores out there, either Publix or Kroger. A lot of interest in that area, because off of St. John's Heritage Parkway, Palm Bay is building hundreds, if not thousands, of homes that need a place to shop. And also they have. We appreciate you shopping over here at Palm Bay Road. I mean, I know you get the traffic, we get the revenue, but we will also, there's 2 hotels they're looking at. Again, they haven't signed anything. Sorry, PK. I know it's